that bring the power of generative AI and synthetic media to everyday consumers. You may have seen some avatar images created by Lensa, or chatted with Microsoft's Bing, or read some of the many headlines that are coming out every week about ChatGPT. But let's start at the beginning. This new wave of artificial intelligence is called generative AI because it can create new content: text, images, video, or even 3D graphics. And we call that content synthetic media because it's made by machines rather than by humans. It's the widespread availability of this technology that's making it so interesting. Microsoft and Google are testing it in their search engines and Office applications. Amazon is integrating it into AWS, and regular consumers are already using tools like Midjourney to create beautiful illustrations in seconds. As a business owner and operator, it's important to understand how AI is changing the technology you already use. It's going to streamline your operations by automating services and customer support. It's going to disrupt search and discovery of new products and services, changing how we reach consumers. And it's going to influence our creative process for marketing, giving us the ability to ideate and produce content very quickly. For the sake of this presentation, I'm going to focus on the third bucket, because using these tools to support your creativity is probably the most impactful way to get started using them today. And it's the most fun. Before we dive in, let's look at some data. As you can see, there are already some specific AI offerings that are gaining traction in marketing. Paid advertising, personalization in communications, and content recommendations are all rapidly adopting AI to help drive real business results. But that's across all of marketing. Let's take a few minutes to talk through some use cases for artificial intelligence that are specific to small businesses. Let's start with large language models. These are the chat-based models that you might have read about, like ChatGPT. They're super simple to use. You just type in a question or a prompt, but instead of returning a list of links like a search engine would, the LLM writes back in human-like paragraphs with more detailed answers. There's a lot of talk about how this technology will impact the future of search advertising and SEO, because major players like Google and Microsoft are already testing integrating these models into traditional search results, as I mentioned earlier. But for now, we can focus on using large language models as a creative tool. Because they understand context, they're extra helpful in adapting solutions. So, for example, if you're a chef or a restaurant owner or a party host, really anybody who's building a menu, you can give a large language model a list of ingredients, dietary restrictions, and even aesthetic guidelines, and it can give you back a menu that will fit exactly what you need. Another important characteristic of these LLMs is their ability to help you brainstorm. As these tools become more widely available, AI is poised to really supercharge the creative process, from initial ideation to content development and optimization. Let's say you are a donut shop owner, and in between managing your staff and your supplies, you're also stuck writing captions for social media posts. You can think about large language models like ChatGPT as your new social media manager. Asking it for punny donut captions or ideas for images or videos, and it will give you back very human-like responses to help populate your marketing content. The next area I want to dive into is image generation. With the rise of new AI tools, anyone can create custom text prompts that are quickly turned into original graphics and artwork. This can be a game changer for small business operators. Rather than hiring a designer or an artist to create images for your marketing materials, you can do it yourself using tools like Midjourney or DALL-E. Let's say you're a salon owner who wants to tout your hair or makeup specials on social media. You're no longer limited to taking photos with your phone or hiring models and professional photographers to document your looks. You can input a prompt into these generative AI tools, maybe with a quick reference image or two of a real customer, and you can create colorful, creative art to draw in potential customers. Right now, this is a separate step from actually creating the social media post, but we're already seeing platforms like TikTok experiment with integrating it directly into their creative tools. We expect this is going to quickly come to every social media platform and help set a new standard for content and speed to posting. The last use case I want to highlight is using AI to enable easier management of data, or even to create a bit of custom software that doesn't require understanding anything at all about coding. Take a local pizza shop owner, for example. He's losing business to apps and services that enable mobile orders because he doesn't have the time or money to figure out how to integrate with these platforms. He can use a tool like Jasper to help modernize his website, or Amazon Web Services Bloom to help generate the code he needs to integrate with online ordering platforms. Those are just a few ideas of how you can get started with this new generation of AI tools. As you might have noticed, we actually used one of them, Midjourney, to create the images for this presentation. Just $10 a month for their basic plan gives you unlimited images and a commercial license, making it super quick and easy to get started. Now, you might have seen some headlines about lawsuits and possible government regulation of AI, but fear not, the legal actions are all directed at the VC-funded companies that are creating these tools, not the end users. You can feel safe and secure that any create will be shielded from future legal actions. Before we go, I want to share a quick overview of some of the tools that I spoke about, as well as some of the more sophisticated use cases over on the right. I highly recommend you start spending some time with these tools and get a better understanding of their capabilities. ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Jasper all have free trial tiers and are a great place to start learning and experimenting.